Hey, true believers, England Teen here. So I don't read Amazing Spider-Man normally, but a couple of ago, everybody started talking about this run of Spider-Man and how it's been destroying the character. It's so bad, gotta check it out. Oh my gosh, here comes some leaks. Kamala Khan is gonna die, or Kamala, if you want to say it properly. So I had to check it out, and gotta tell you something. It's not been good. Really, I just have not liked issue number 24. Did not like issue number 25. Wasn't expecting to like number 26. Did it change my mind? Sit back, relax, and let's find out.
Just let your soul go. Just let it shine through.
About the weird thing about reading this book is I thought they already dealt with the villain and they killed him and now he's back, and they did this twice already, and they're good about flashbacks in the last couple of issues. So ultimately I felt like this was that one villain from Resident Evil 6 that just kept coming back over and over again in a different form, and I was bored then. Zeb Wells isn't a good enough writer to keep me going. Oh, Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr., like you couldn't tell by looking at everybody. Holy crap. First of all, Kamala Khan's in this. How old is she? Seriously. How old is she in this book? Because she's getting a job at Norman Osborn's office as some sort of assistant. Okay, I thought she was like 15 or 16. But that's just me. All right, let's talk about this. It is a big fight issue, which wouldn't bother me, say, in 1989 or through the 90s, because what happened was you got a lot of exposition and you got a lot of characterization during the fight scenes. Unfortunately, here, not so much. The bad guy pops up and says, "Oh, I'm going to kill you." And then a hero pops in. "No, you're not, punch." And then it's like, "Okay, no, here's a big old dragon." Well, somebody's got to go take care of the dragon. Osborn's like, "I'm going to go take care of the dragon, dude." And then he goes off and tries to take care of the dragon. And Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four show up, and they're like, "Hey, we're here to help." Oh, first of all, we have these flashbacks too. The flashback is just to show that this guy is not from our dimension. He's from the other dimension. That way he could be pulled across. Now, they didn't mention this, or pulled back in his own dimension. They didn't mention this in the last issue. So this one page is there to go, oh, big old twist. The problem with that is you got to set up so it has a payoff, so we care. Like here, the kids get taken back. The guy's like, "Hey, I could do this because your kids are born in my dimension." I'm thinking, you know what? If you told this to us at the very beginning of the story, and then we had exposition and we had things that explained it, there would be tension when this happens. Ultimately, I didn't give a crap. I mean, did we not know the kids for only like maybe 3 panels worth of three comics? They did not build this up enough for us to give a when the children are destroyed. And you should give a when the children are destroyed. But that's this comic. I have never seen so much sound and fury signifying nothing. There is no meat with these potatoes. It's all gravy. It's all the fight. Hey, you know what? You wanted a 90s comic book. Here you go. But you know what? You're getting the worst of the 90s, when it would all just be combat, and the only thing we're missing is some girl in a bikini doing a twist where you can see her ass and her boobs at the same time. That's all that's missing here. I got to admit, I like the stuff with Reed Richards because, you know, Reed Richards is an interesting character. It's really hard to mess him up. You would think that about Spider-Man, but here we have 25 issues from what I told. I've only read 3. This one and the last 2. But I don't know anybody who's been praising this run. I can't speak to that. I can only speak to the 3 issues that I've read, and specifically this one, which we are talking about now. Of course, it comes to the big twist, and I got to admit, I kind of liked it. Not because I want to see Kamala Khan die. I actually like the character. I just think she's been written poorly. What I liked is there's a throwback to something she did in her first appearance that we don't see very much. And by the way, spoilers. Okay, at least you already got spoiled. So this is how it's done. You see her place Mary Jane where she's safe. She goes off to battle. the bad guy comes in and stabs Mary Jane. But lo and behold, Kamala Khan, way back in the very beginning, in her first appearance, actually took on the appearance of Carol Danvers. And she even says, I haven't done this in a long time. I didn't know if I could remember how. She took the appearance of Mary Jane, so when the bad guy stabs them, whatever gods are in the other dimension are like, you stabbed the wrong person, dude, and they took them. And then we have the Kamala Khan death scene. It's actually a pretty heroic scene, and it's done pretty well. I mean, it's drawn by John Romita Jr. in 2023. He is not what he used to be in the 90s, but overall, once again, this is not a good story. It's not a good issue. I did think they handled the death scene okay. I thought that was fine. It's not racist. Heroes come, heroes go. And plus, Marvel's is coming out. They're going to have a Kamala Khan comic book to come out with it. So cool your jets, people who are losing your shit over all of this. She will be back. Ultimately, this was a big mid burger. Seriously, if Hardy's were a comic book, it would be this. There's nothing to write home about. You know, I understand the leak now because nobody would honestly care if they didn't try to make a big deal out of it first, if they didn't get everybody up in arms about this thing. Hey, maybe Zeb Wells wrote the entire series crappy just to sell well on this book, so everybody's talking about that. There is nothing redeemable about this. Unfortunately, it's not irredeemable either. This is absolutely the comic book version of the middle of the road. Of course, that's the most dangerous part. They live. Good movie. Actually, I'd rather watch that than read this. However, there is a worse comic. I've read a worse comic that I'm going to be doing a review, so keep an eye out for that coming up. Holy crap, though. This one, guys, it's not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. It's not worth what everybody's been arguing about. It's not what everybody's been yelling about. And as I said before, ultimately, Marvel's coming out. They're going to have Kamala Khan back by then. If they don't, hey, they're reviving old Marvel. Remember when the movies were coming out and nobody in the comics resembled anybody was seeing in the movies? They could be doing that over again. But that's them. And this is me. What do you think? Did you read this book? Did you love it? Did you hate it? You didn't love it. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and click on the like button and all that kind of stuff. Kind of could use that. Share this out. Yeah, do all that kind of stuff. Thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.